Here's the simplified version of the Kanban board that I use for my own planning. So you can see that it starts on the left hand side with a list called backlog. This is all of the things that I could do, probably should do or might do, or just vaguely thinking about, that I've not actually committed to doing yet. And you can see we've actually got an entry in there, Plan VR Club May event, which unfortunately I'm probably going to have to postpone. So I've just left it in backlog for now. Was actually working on it, and I put it back into the backlog. It may come out later on and move to the to-do list. These are things that I've definitely decided I am going to do, and I've had a think about them. I've classified them a little bit there. You can see I've used some tags. The first one I've described as researching. The second one is designing. And then I've got moving along to in preparation. I've moved from the to-do list, I've moved a task there to in preparation. This is something where I'm currently getting the resources together, making sure that I'm ready to start work on that when I need to. And you can see that I've set a deadline there for the 14th of April. That's pretty soon. Now this board is shared with a group of other people, including JJ. And I've asked JJ, if I open that one up, JJ there, so I've asked him for some information. I'm waiting for that, and hopefully I've assigned this card to JJ, and hopefully we'll get that done and we can move on with it, and it can go further to the right. So that's just in preparation. There's some things that I can work on, and I am working on now. So you can see I've got a couple of writing tasks. Just open those up. So just show you here under labels, you can create your own labels in this system for whatever you need to classify things. You can see there's lots more information and things you can put on an entry there, descriptions, you can record activity, etc. So I've got in doing, things that I'm actually working on. I've got a couple of writing tasks and a reading task that I'm actively working on right now. Now, if I was having a meeting with a manager, or if I was a student, my tutor, we could look at this board together in a video conference even, and have a look at the work that I'm doing so far, and I can talk about the progress that I'm making on that. We could also, of course, look at the backlog, the to-do, the preparation, and see what progress is being made, and just check to see if I'm doing the right things. Okay, so moving along further towards completion, I've got a couple of tasks here. So a first draft for the introduction, and a section, a draft on the golden rules and best practice there, so I've completed those, but actually I want to check through, make sure they're okay. So they're in a list there called to review, waiting for them to be reviewed. I might actually get together with one of my colleagues and review that and just check that it's all okay, and I'm ready to move it into the final list. Hooray! Completion. So these ones have been completed. I've got a couple of tasks there that I've recently completed. So looking at this, I mean, obviously this is a simplified version of my real board, but it keeps me happy, confident, gives me a sense that I'm managing things, allows me to be sure that I'm choosing the right things to do, and keep control of everything I've got to do. Now, when you're working online, you may, for example, set up a board like this and go through the VLE space for the course you're doing and try to work out what you need to do. Get them into the backlog, and maybe think about the additional things that you might do to do things that you really like to do with the course, or things that you're really interested in, or things that you want to do to perhaps go further than what's in the course. And get them into the backlog, regularly have a look at that, choose things to go into the to-do list, and then get them through the process in preparation, making sure you've got the resources, all the information, work on them, review, complete. Hooray, happy. And do that as a regular cycle. So keep revisiting this at least once a day to show and show yourself how you're making progress.